Welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and here's my guide to building and playing a Hera Syndulla deck at your local pre-release or sealed event for Star Wars Unlimited, the trading card game's first set, Spark of Rebellion. If this is your first time watching one of my guides, it's really going to be focusing on commons and uncommons that you can build a deck around with this leader. I try to avoid rares and legendaries just because they're a little bit difficult to get, since you only get one or up to minimum one and a few others in a pack. So these are the cards that are really going to fill out what your deck can do. Yes, there are going to be some rares and legendaries that pair well with Hera, but hopefully you can identify what those are as we're going to focus on the bulk of what your deck does and how you can complement this type of leader. Now, when you're looking at Hera Syndulla, she has 6 resources. As the title of Spectre 2 and a soon, future general of the Rebel Alliance and the New Republic, Hera Syndulla is one of the neatest cards I find in this set, just because I'm a big Rebels fan and I really enjoyed her appearance in Star Wars Ahsoka. She hits for 4 and she has a health of 6, and she has one of the most unique abilities in this game so far for our leaders. She can change the almost the building type of your deck because she allows you to ignore the aspect penalty on Spectre cards you play. Now, this means you can play these Spectre cards and just pay whatever their resource cost is at the top and ignore whatever the colors are. This may give you more units you didn't think you could play, but it does mean you should be playing Spectre units. All Spectres are currently Rebel units as well, and some of them are Force users. So Spectres and Rebels are going to be the theme for Hera Syndulla. Now, on attack, she can give an experience token to another unique unit. All Spectres are unique, so we see the build there. Now, when she is not a deployed leader, her ability is just kind of bleh. It's just the build ability, right? Ignore the aspect penalty on Spectre cards you play. I don't think there's a problem so much with that. It's just kind of wishing there was a little bit more, but this is a pretty strong ability, and we'll see how it goes going forward and in the game and how many other Spectre cards we get. Let's look at the cards within her leadership aspect of green-white. One of the first cards we want to highlight is Rebel Assault, a great uncommon that costs you 1. Attack with a Rebel unit and give it +1/+0 for this attack, and then attack with another Rebel unit, giving it +1/+0 for that attack. This card is great because it does 3 things in one action. You get to buff 2 of your unique Rebel units, or just Rebel units. Then you can attack with each of them separately. This is going to throw your opponent off guard. You're going to surprise them. You're probably going to trigger some extra effects here that are important, especially for some of these Spectre units. The next card I'm going to recommend is Alliance Dispatcher, a 1-cost unit that has the ability that you can exhaust him to put a unit from your hand, and it costs 1 less. This is really neat because you can put some of your higher cost units like Zeb Aurelios or the Ghost or Kanan out 1 turn earlier because of this card. Next is Mon Mothma. When played, search the top 5 cards for a Rebel unit, and you can draw it and reveal it. I think this card's really good. You're going to be able to put a unit into play, fill up your hand, and she's unique, so eventually you can put experience counters on her with Hera. As far as the hero aspect goes, I'm going to recommend the Rebel Pathfinder, a Rebel unit that has Saboteur. It's going to be just a good low-cost threat for your opponent. They're not going to want to let you keep getting through with those 2 points of damage, so they'll probably end up attacking it directly. Next is Fleet Lieutenant. When played, you can attack with another unit. We've already talked about why speed is really good because it throws off your opponent, but not only does it give you the speed of attacking when you play a unit, you can give it a +2/+0 buff as long as it's a rebel. And lastly is the Wing Leader. Play this card and put 2 experience tokens on another rebel unit, helping it stay alive a little bit longer and hit harder. Now in the yellow aspect, we're going to see our first Spectre unit. There are 2 Spectre units for each color. Unfortunately, Chopper is a rare, which is why I'm not showing him. I do think he's great. You should definitely play him if you get him. But we're going to look at Ezra because you're more than likely going to see 1 or 2 of these in your packs. Ezra is a 3-cost unit that has a 3 attack and a 4 health. And when he completes an attack, you can look at the top card of your deck and you may play it, discard it, or leave it on top. I think this is really good because you'll be able to play cards from the top of your deck, and it's going to show you something that maybe you really needed that turn. Having that extra knowledge is also going to be important. With Chewbacca, it's just a good card to buy you time. Hera does cost a little bit to get out, and Chewbacca is one of the best Sentinel defenders in the yellow aspect because every time he takes a hit, you're able to ready him. So I think that's really great. Lastly is Asteroid Sanctuary. If you're running that yellow unit, you may want to shield some of your units that cost 3 or less, like the Alliance Dispatcher. Asteroid Sanctuary is going to exhaust an enemy unit no matter its cost, and you can keep protecting your small units that are buying you the time that you need to put out something bigger. In the aggression aspect, we see 2 more Spectre units, Sabine and Zeb Aurelios. Sabine's a good low-cost unit who benefits from you playing different colors in your deck. The more colors you play, you are more likely to trigger her ability that she can't be attacked, as long as there are 3 aspects among other friendly units. So if you're not playing red and you have a Sabine, it's worth putting it in your deck. And on attack, she can deal 1 damage to the defender or the base. Zeb Aurelios is a little bit different. He's just a 5/5 for 5. He needs to be hitting units to trigger his next ability that allows him to deal 4 damage to a ground unit as long as the original unit he attacked is defeated. Last is Open Fire, a great low-cost common that can just deal 4 damage to any unit in play. This removes a lot of those low-cost units or gives you that finishing blow on something you've been working on for a bit. In the Vigilance aspect, we see her 2 loves in the Rebel series, the Ghost and Kanan Jarrus. The Ghost is her home base and her oldest ship. You may even recognize it from the early Rebel series, obviously, some of the Clone Wars, some in Bad Batch. You can even find this ship in different stories like Rise of Skywalker. So the Ghost is one of my favorite ships, and we see it comes in after 6 resources. It's a 5/5 Rebel vehicle transport Spectre, 4 traits there that shields itself on entry. It also shields a Spectre unit when it attacks and when you play it. So this is going to be great at keeping some of your Spectres alive, like Hera or Kanan over here to the right. Kanan's a 4-cost unit, and on attack, you can discard 1 card from the defending player's deck for each friendly Spectre unit you have in play. You also heal 1 damage from your base for every different aspect color discarded this way. So at minimum, you should be able to swing with Kanan, mill 1 card, and heal up to 2 from your base. But the more Spectre units you play, the more powerful Kanan becomes. Imagine attacking with Kanan and discarding 4 cards from your opponent's deck. Remember, your opponent starts with 30 cards minimum. They draw 6. By the time you play Kanan without the Alliance Dispatcher, they're down to 20 cards. That's a 10-turn clock until they're out of cards. Kanan can speed that up, and the less cards your opponent has to draw, the less options they have in hurting you. And if they do run out of cards, they're going to take 3 damage every time they're supposed to draw. Lastly is the takedown card here. Defeat a unit with 5 or less remaining HP. It's a low-cost kill event that I think can be beneficial. And we're going to go straight into the command aspect from there. Our final color here, green. We're going to recommend the Patrolling V-Wing because when you play it, you draw a card. You do want to keep your hand filled and keep the pressure on your opponent. Battlefield Marine is another great low-cost unit in the green field that's going to give you the tools you need. And Colonel Yularen is my final one. Now, there's always some other green cards here that I think work really well, but I really love these 3 with Hera because they're putting pressure on your opponent, they're giving you card draw, they're tough cards to deal with, and they're targets. Colonel Yularen especially, whenever you're playing a green leader, Yularen's just going to allow you to heal 1 damage from your base for every green unit you play, including him. Now, you won't go past your health, but when you're playing someone like Hera who costs a little bit more, getting that health back is going to be beneficial. He also is a 2/3, so he's a little bit difficult to hit. These are the cards I recommend you try with your Hera Syndulla deck. I'm sure there are some other commons and uncommons that other people would suggest, and I would too, but these are the ones I wanted to highlight in this video guide. Thanks again for watching. Let me know how you do with your Hera deck at your local sealed event. I would love to hear about it in the comments. Good luck, have fun, and may the Force be with you.